Today in Annapolis, we uncover tensions from colossal lawsuits to high-stakes education reforms. I'm Dean Bark, and welcome to the City Report with Dean Bark from Annapolis. All right, first up, potential avalanche of lawsuits looms over Maryland for 2024 Key Bridge collapse. This one's a real nail-biter, almost as tense as dealing with a typewriter ribbon that's just snapped. Anyway, Maryland's facing over 20 potential claims for negligence after the Francis Scott Key Bridge was walloped by a cargo ship last March. 6 lives were tragically lost in this incident. The National Transportation Safety Board, or as I like to call them, the overseers of everything that moves, highlighted some glaring defects in Maryland's management of elevated collapse risks. And we're talking about potential liabilities that could hit the billions mark. Now, isn't that a twist of bridge over troubled waters? The crux of the matter? Maryland authorities apparently skipped out on a necessary collision risk analysis for the bridge. Talk about skipping out on the homework, right? Some say the state's the one to blame here. These oversight failures are downright inexcusable. If you ask me, Maryland was asking for a lawsuit. Let's pivot to the next story. Annapolis school cluster faces complex redistricting challenges amidst excess capacity issues. It's sort of like trying to fit a round peg into a square hole this time around. The problem at hand, elementary and middle schools are spilling over with extra space, while Annapolis High School is bursting at the seams. The Annapolis school cluster, has moved away from a community-driven redistricting process to one that pays consultants to work out the kinks. Effective? Well, that's up for debate. Despite the modern approach, Annapolis seems stuck in a rut. They lack active school-based health centers, for crying out loud. Innovating beyond traditional strategies is crucial. It's time for Annapolis to take inspiration, not just consultation. Moving on, minimal environmental impact claimed for proposed Annapolis Naval Support RV Park. Now, this story's parked itself squarely in the middle of an environmental showground. NSA Annapolis claims the environmental impact of their proposed RV park at Naval Support Activity Annapolis would be, well, marginal. Congressional approval already green-lighted the plan last December. However, skepticism remains as thick as Maryland crab soup among locals. This park aims to serve Navy personnel, but the real dispute is whether the environmental footprint's as small as claimed. Minimizing environmental effects should be examined closely. After all, residents usually know best. Next up, 7 Maryland students compete at Scripps National Spelling Bee, 5 advance further. Can you spell excitement? I know it's an easy one. Representing Maryland at the 100th Scripps National Spelling Bee, 7 students, including a shining star from Anne Arundel County, Quint Carlson, went head-to-head among nearly 250 swift spellers. By the end of the first day, 5 of our local champs forged ahead. This prestigious competition's no easy feat. It involves rigorous preparations and highlights how participating can shape young learners' futures. Watching our youth spellbind America is a proud moment for Maryland. These kids are stars. Last up today, SAT average scores rose by 14 points in Anne Arundel schools this year. Turns out when the SAT comes to you, instead of you going to the SAT, good things happen. Anne Arundel County found a novel way to boost SAT scores by covering test fees and hosting the exams during school hours, bucking the traditional pay-and-go model seen in most districts. A policy that seemed to boost performance and shatter accessibility barriers for students. Thanks to this approach, Anne Arundel saw a notable rise of 14 points in average SAT scores. By prioritizing access, Anne Arundel proves every student can succeed. And folks, that's a wrap. And that's all the news that fits for today from the City Report with Dean Bark. Make it a great day, Annapolis, and we'll see you tomorrow.